Alright, so it's been another month since our last video, and here is the balcony garden. We had a big mishap this morning, and my son knocked over the table that I had a ton of stuff on, so we lost some plants, but saved most of them. So anyway, this is the lettuce basket, and I've been pulling out a ton of lettuce. The leaves have never gotten that big, but it's serving a purpose, and I'm getting probably 2 to 3 salads a week out of it. I have over here some onions and some peppers, but I honestly don't remember which peppers those are. Things got mixed up. And there's some cilantro, and the mint basket is just doing fantastic. And I think that once the fall comes, I'm going to transplant all of this into one of my bigger buckets and bring it inside for the winter, hopefully. So anyway, the strawberry mint is blooming. And then there's a whole bunch of other mint, and I moved the orange mint from the window ledge into here. It really wasn't doing well by the tomato plant, so we'll see what happens and if it comes back being over here. And there's one little bloom on the lavender, and then down here, this is the tomato plant that was a sucker from the main tomato plant, and there's one little tomato on there. So that's cool. Then over here, there is just a little tiny bit left of the currants. My son's eaten all the rest of them, and so I guess those were good. And the strawberries up here, these were all the runners that I transplanted, and so there's some that are starting to turn red, and I'm already getting another runner off of that, so I guess we'll end up with more plants. Then these little, I think those are bell pepper seedlings. Those were in I had a box with a bunch of stuff in it on the table, and I salvaged those, but lost most of what was in that box. So I've moved some things around in the last week or so because they just didn't seem to be thriving. And the fennel here is where I used to have my parsley, but the sage is still doing wonderfully, and so is the thyme and basil and the chives. And I have some green beans going here. You can see one. I've pulled off a ton of green beans 3 times, I think, and so I've been able to feed the family with those, which is fantastic. And I'm slowly thinning things out and pulling out the radishes as they're going. And our bell pepper hasn't started to turn yellow yet, but it's huge. Unfortunately, that's the only pepper that has been on this plant, so I'm not really sure what the trouble is there. But hey, a pepper is a pepper. So more green beans, and there's some fennel that's slowly getting bigger. And then out here, I have this bag that I hung, and the green beans are doing great there. So I've been plucking green beans off right and left from all over. And here is the herb basket. And what I originally thought had been mint was actually a sage. And then it looks like a ton of parsley. And then there's some teeny tiny stuff that I'm not even sure what it is. And we had a ton of rain today, so it's a little soupy in there. I'm going to have to do something and get that thinned out. So over here on the table, this is what's left. I transplanted the peppers, and then I think this one here is the tomatillo, and in here I have some lamb's head lettuce, and this is some sort of an Asian salad mix, and some of the other ones I'm not entirely sure, but it doesn't really matter, it'll get bigger. That's one of the runners from the strawberry plant. And then in here we have the zucchini, and I'm getting, back here on the back side, a few zucchinis. I lost one yesterday, and it seems like, and there's one back in there too, I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. But it seems like I keep getting the female flowers coming up and no male flowers. And a week or two ago, I had nothing but male flowers, and the blooms hadn't started yet for the female flowers. So I hope that these stay and we get to grow some yummy zucchini. So back here in our other planter, I pulled out some of the celery because it just didn't seem like it was really thriving. And so in here at the end back there, I stuck the parsley, and we'll see how it does. And that's what's left of the mustard plant. I'm just kind of letting it go to see what happens, just out of curiosity. And here is some cauliflower. And I actually took some of my cauliflower and stuck it down in the yard by some stairs, just to see if it grows or not. I didn't have any room up here on the balcony for it, so might as well. So anyway, I think this is, shoot, I want to say cumin, but I'm not sure. And then there's some fennel. Everything, we got rain in the last 24 hours like you wouldn't believe, so things are a bit overly soaked. Up here is our hanging basket, and right now I have the strawberry plant hanging off of there, plus a runner. And they're, let's see, there's a ton of strawberries here on the other side, but they're awfully tiny. But they still taste good. And then I ripped out the cucumber plant that I had, or excuse me, the cornichon, because I was getting, say, 3 to 5 cornichons every week, but you can't really do anything with that few. So unless you're going to have, I don't know, 4 or 5 plants where you can pickle them, I just didn't see the point. So I transplanted a tomatillo in there, and we have some blooms on it. And then there's more green beans up here. They're just going crazy. I just pulled a bunch off 2 days ago, so I'm going to be able to take some more. It looks like they're starting to get bigger faster. And then the cherry tomato plant, we have, I don't know, maybe a dozen cherry tomatoes, but at least it's something. And then over here is the lettuce basket, and I just grabbed a whole bunch of lettuce the other day, and some of it looks like I'm getting some wilty parts, but it's been part of the salad as well. Okay, so we're gonna make a quick run over to the window ledge garden, and we'll see how that's doing. Okay. Oh, goody, toys everywhere. I just cleaned that up. All right, so out here's the window ledge garden, and we have 2 red tomatoes. There are over 50 tomatoes on this tomato plant. So it looks like some more are going to start to change color as well. And then the cucumber plant, I've got 2 cucumbers. There's one, and then up higher, I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, there we go. It's a curve, it's a circle. But those are the only 2 cucumbers I have, and I'm going to pull those off tonight. The other ones just haven't really done anything, and I'm not really sure what to do, if I can get more growing, or if that's going to be it for this plant. It looks a little raggedy. Anyway, this is my other bell pepper plant. This is a red bell pepper, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, bell peppers that are actually growing. But they seem kind of little. Now, I do admit that about a week and a half ago we had some horribly hot heat, and I did not water one day, so I think that we had that may be my fault that some of the stuff isn't doing as well, because I did lose a bunch of flowers on that plant. And this is where the orange mint came from, and I transplanted, that's either a tomatillo or no, I think it's a bell pepper. And then I put some more lamb's head lettuce seeds in here. They're little seedlings that have started. So we'll see how they do, because they're just in basically complete shade because of the tomato plant. And then over here, this is what's really exciting. I have 5, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggplants. Let's see, there's 4 down here, if you can see them, and then there's a teeny tiny one right up there. And it looks like we're going to get a few more, and so that's just been doing, wow, it's amazing. I'm very excited, and we are all looking forward to making some breaded eggplant. The rosemary back there is still doing okay, and here we have more green beans. And so in the last, gosh, I want to say about a week after my last video, we started getting a ton of growth, which was just great. And I hope that we continue to see that. So that's our garden this month. See you next month.